welcome back to the garage. Today we got a fun project. We're gonna single turbo my Sierra behind my dad's back. So for the turbo, we have a VS Racing 6762. So it looks like a little guy, but it is, at least from what I understand, it is the largest compressor housing to turbine housing that you can get in this size inlet and outlet housing. We've got a bunch of other parts here, like the passenger side turbo header, the wastegate, the blow-off valve, Walbro 450 fuel pump, 100 pound-per-hour injectors, and a ton of fuel line, a bunch of it from BTR. So let's get cracking.
So now you got it all jacked up, what's next?
Now we're gonna pull out the fuel sending unit, which you can see all those parts and pieces way in there, and we're gonna put the new fuel pump in the sending unit. It's a pretty heavy duty wire that's going down to the fuel pump. You might be okay.
Are you thinking you have to rewire it for the new one?
It just depends on how much more amperage the 450 pulls from the stock one. But we'll look and see what kind of amperage it pulls and what wire we have here, and then we can figure that out. This is why I sweat, JJ, so I can put all the rust from this thing on the floor. I should not have filled this thing up the other day. Is what I thought we were going to have in there. Looks like it has a filter, which is this big thing maybe, and then the pump is this guy down here, and then that's it looks like a fuel pressure regulator, which then bleeds it right back down into the bottom of the bucket. So that's not something I was planning for, but I guess let's pop her apart and see what we got. So this is a Walbro 450, which means it does, I think it's 450 liters an hour. I think that's how they're named. Puts out more fuel than our factory pump. All right, we got our new pump in. We are keeping the factory fuel filter inside of here. We just plugged off the regulator route that used to be on here. Next time we'll take the bed off. Okay, JJ?
Hey, what did I tell you when we started?
Yeah, I know.
Or instead of lowering it, you can lift it like mine, and then you can sit underneath the damn thing.
No, this doesn't change this height.
I mean, you could have dropped the fuel tank. That could have been worse.
No, I don't trust those rusty straps. The fuel pump is in, and so are part of the old fuel lines, and they're pretty crusty. This was the original cover story for why I was working on this truck to my dad, and turns out that it was very much true. These did not have a lot of life left in them. This truck's outfitted with a returnless fuel hose, so we have one connection on the fuel rails. There's also your evap, and that comes up here with this little plastic hose up to the front of the intake. This we're going to delete. So now, since we're deleting this, we have a port here that we need to plug. And I have a nice plug here from Richard Engineering. Billet aluminum plug. It's got the O-ring on the backside, and it comes with the hardware. When installing these, you want to lube up the O-ring, so I'm just putting a little bit of oil on it. Just enough so it wants to slide. And that should pop right down in our hole. And then it has a nice button head bolt to replace the factory screw. You can find a link to those in the description. All the old fuel lines are out. Now we need to upgrade our injectors. Since we're doing injectors, we're also doing a nice set of fuel rails. These are 100 pound-per-hour injectors compared to the, I believe this has 31 pound-per-hour injectors in it. We need a lot more fuel with a turbo. These injectors had different clips. They are the square style. We have the rectangle style. We already have the new pigtails soldered on. Luckily, those came with the alpha injectors. Fuel lines are done and the pressure regulator is mounted. This is version 1 of the little bracket I made that's bolting onto the steering boot cover. Let's hit the key and see where we're leaking. Heard the fuel pump. So far, no leaks. Now I'm gonna set the fuel pressure. With where I put the regulator, I had to shorten up an extra wrench I had lying around. And that should be pretty good. Since we put in different injectors, we have to go update the injector data. Quick rundown of why you have to do this. This is the current flow rate of the injectors that were in the truck, about 26, 27 pounds per hour. The new injectors are 100 pound per hour injectors. So if we left the old injector data in there with the new injectors, it's gonna be getting almost 4 times the amount of fuel that it needs. All right, the tune is updated. One last check for leaks, still don't have any. Let's see if she runs. Here we go. All right, she's been running for a minute. I'm seeing O2 sensor movement here, and we're not pulling a ton of fuel, so our injector data is pretty good. The entire fuel map's gonna need to be redone once we have the turbo, so I'm happy with this. All right, I've been driving the truck for a couple days, and everything's great, but the injectors are freaking loud. Ready, Justin?
Let's hear it.
You hear them?
That does sound like my truck.
Yeah, it sounds like an old diesel. Another thing we're gonna do to aid with the cooling is electric fans. I got these ones out of a junkyard. They should be good. They're for this truck, so they should be a direct fit. Since this truck from factory did not have fans, we gotta add a wire to blue 42 and green 33. So blue 42 is our low fan control, and green 33 is our high fan control.
So what'd you figure out?
Things might be different here.
Fans aren't quite fanning, are they?
Nope.
Did you get those off Marketplace?
No, I got them out of junkyard. I'm pretty sure I pulled them off one of these trucks. Whenever you're doing a project, you always learn something. So these trucks actually have 2 different sized radiators, and the electric fans only went on the trucks that had the bigger radiators. The trucks that had the clutch fans had the smaller radiator. So those fans aren't going to work. But I had this fan shroud, which I built for Matilda a long time ago, that's sitting on the old radiator. So I think we're gonna try to make that work. Actually, I know we're gonna try to make that work because it's about the right size.
It looks a lot better than the other one, though.
Yeah, I think it looks better than the...
You got a whole bunch of room.
Looks a little bit more race truck. Street truck.
Oh, you said race truck.
Race truck.
You guys heard it. Race truck.
I already have one race truck. I don't need a second one.
Until you have a second one, then you want a third.
Yeah, my bank account doesn't like the first one. I'm gonna get the cross member out. So looks like this piece comes out with a handful of bolts. I'm hoping we can get the oil pan out without having to take off the steering rack, but we'll see. We prayed to the car gods and they did not answer. The steering rack has to drop down to get the oil pan out. Man, we have been thrashed. Everything for the hot side's in, full exhaust is done. Let's see how many leaks we have. I don't see any oil leaks. Yeah, that fitting's weeping like we thought it might. Yeah, we figured that would leak. It's not the right fitting. Turbo's spinning though. Moving air. How's it sound in the back? we got oil problems. We brazed a brake fitting and that other fitting I had together. I don't think she's leaking anymore. Spinning.
You can hear it, yeah.
Oh, she starts to scream at like 1500 RPM. Oh boy. So we just have the hot side done right now. We're taking it back to my garage. Then we're gonna finish up the cold side. We're gonna get this sucker under boost. The gauges work. Might have the power in the wrong spot. Yeah, that wasn't even on a post. And we got gauges! And the most stressful moment, the dreaded right-in tire. Come on, baby. All right, we are officially turboed. Let's see how fast we blow it up. I gotta wait for the wideband to come up. It's doing its preheat. What do you think, Todd? Good. Last night, we got everything fired up. We ran it for a little bit, and we noticed a small coolant leak coming over the front of the truck here. Originally, I thought it might be just the pressure pushing it out the drain, because the drain is down where we kind of saw the water maybe coming from. But as soon as I took that cap off and the pressure released, it started gushing coolant, and you can still see a little bit of it right here. So it's critical on these trucks or anything with a aluminum to plastic radiator that you have a pressure relief in it or a vented system, or you're gonna have a junk radiator just like me. They say education costs money, and that is true. The new radiator is in, and I drilled a small pinhole underneath here to relieve the pressure. One last thing is this ugly plastic oil cap, and replace it with this billet aluminum one off of Matilda's old motor. And this one's custom engraved, #God's motor. Now these have the same locking style as the factory ones. Bang. You can also get those from Richard Engineering, link in the description. Richard Engineering is not just another company sponsoring the channel, it's actually my small business. All the parts on there are designed and made by me and shipped directly to you. If you would like to support what happens here, go check out Richard Engineering at the link in the description. Use code DRIVE at checkout and get 10% off. Believe it or not, installing the turbo on the cold side was the easy part compared to this. Man, this is way different than putting a cam in something. Kicking my ass a little bit, but oh, it makes such good noises. We'll do a light little launch here. 6 pounds boost, and she's doing pretty all right. So I did do a full down pipe, 3-inch, all the way back, dumping at the axle. It sounds really good, but it's probably gonna need a muffler. For being a tired old 4.8, she's got a little bit of pep in her step. Truck's been down for a couple weeks, and my dad's getting a little suspicious, so it's time to get him in this thing.
Sounds the same to me.
It's got a little bit more rumble to it.
Is that rattling?
Huh? That rattle? The new injectors are a little bit louder. Or not injectors, the fuel system. What do you think?
Sounds better.
It does.
Sounds kind of mean. Fucking thing's loud.
A little bit, yeah.
Is that what I think it is?
I don't know. What do you think it is?
Sounds like a freaking turbo.
Yeah, well, it's got a new muffler. Just the muffler's up under the hood. It's not.
Uh-huh. It's gonna give you trouble.
Probably.
Well, Russ, did you figure out what his noise was?
I did. Holy shit. You gotta fix this. What the hell's this?
Hey, whatever it is melted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the wires are fine. It was just the casing. That zip tie probably broke.
No, you think a guy that does wiring real good would be good at wiring.
Yeah, I am no electrician. So there's a lot of timing pulled on the shifts. So if you're like mid-throttle, it shifts really weird. Because all the timing comes out of it, it shifts, and the timing comes back in. It's set the shift at 5,600. Rev limiter 6,000.
Sounded like it wanted
It was breaking up a tiny bit. Just mat it. It doesn't do a burnout very well. Someone's falling in love. He might get in trouble before I do.
She'll do a donny.
Oh, hold on, hold on. She is a little noisy. Definitely gonna need a muffler after the two-step gets put on. But we're gonna save that and a couple other goodies for the next video. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all in the next one. How bad you roast it, Dad?
I'll give the rubber on it.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of it there.
That thing was ripping.
Yeah, it was.